Hello everyone, and last we left off, we were admiring the huts over here in the Channelwood age and my favorite age, and we had turned the water on, although I looked at the footage and for some reason when you hit the switch, it didn't look like it turned, which is weird, because I thought I saw it turn, but apparently it did not, but it did work just fine, so that's what matters. So I really like the look of these spiral staircases here. I think they're really neat. You can see bridges. I mean, it kind of gives you a hint of what else is going on in this world, and I really do like that. Now you can hear the water sound. I don't want to have this turned up so loud that it's distracting, but loud enough where you can hear the water sound. So, as you can see, this goes back and forth, as we discussed earlier, and we can hear the water going through this pipe. So it seems like, based on which way you turn this, that would make water go through one of these pipes. Now, let's try this. I would think that making it go this way would make it go to the right, and pulling it this way would make it go to the left. But it could be the other way. It could be that this side corresponds to this, the bottom part, and that way. But it looks to me like this is the most intuitive way. So let's see if that works. No, well, I still hear the water sound, so that's a good sign. Oh, I don't know if there's a motor sound. You can hear this humming, but this doesn't open. It seems like making this go would do something about that, but apparently it doesn't work. So let's try making the water go the other way. Yes, if you go back this way, you don't hear the water or the humming anymore. So it looks like we do have it right. Which way to turn it? So let's follow the water. Kind of like the yellow brick road, but not. That was one of the dumbest things I've said in this playthrough. Oh well, these things do happen. Kind of like the yellow brick road, but not. Alright, so it looks like right now we're going to the left, so let's go that way. That's the way the water's going. Now, it looks like making the water go this way is a big waste of time because it just goes into nothing. And from the sounds, it sounds like that's the way the water's going. So let's turn it that way. Alright. Okay, so it looks like the water is heading this way, and we do have a lever. That works now! Yay! Ta-da! That's a cool way to make a bridge go up. Now I do wonder if the tree people built this or the people that were left over built this pathway down here after the island flooded. I don't think they ever specifically said. Oh, well it looks like we've found another elevator thing here. But it does not work. Maybe with the door open. Nope. Which makes a lot of sense because we don't hear any water coming this way. Oh, but look. Here's a pipe that originally wasn't connected. You can see. Yep, and there's a nice animation of the pipe extending, and it looks like now we could probably direct the water to come this way, whereas before we could not have because the pipe wasn't connected. Which makes this bridge make a lot of sense. Although, we couldn't get to the elevator without the bridge, I don't believe, so we still need that bridge regardless. Alright. So, let's set the water going this way. And instead of going toward this elevator here, let's make it go, okay, we already have it going to the left. And look, now it goes somewhere. Alright, I think that should take the water to the elevator. And it looks like that's really the last thing down here we can do. We can't get up the stairs for some reason. But we can take this route. Hopefully this works. Oh, it does not. Perhaps we did not do this properly. Looks like we did not. You don't hear the water flowing. So let's go back and see what we did wrong here. Whoopsie. Oh, the water's still flowing to this, so clearly something is going wrong. I find it best when you feel like, like you've done something wrong, to just go back to the very, very beginning of where the water starts and just make sure everything's set that way. So we'll do that now. As an example of how to fail like I just did. Alright, so I think this is where we went wrong. Should be pointing this way. Alright, that's pointing the correct way, and then we still hear the water flowing. Oops. Okay, let's go up to this over here. Yep, we hear water flowing this way, so it should work now. I missed one of them. That was my mistake. But I showed you a good way to, if you accidentally screw something up, to fix it. Also, I should have been more careful to listen to the sounds of the water flowing rather than, my beautiful voice. Alright. There's that motor sound. Now the elevator should work just fine. One thing to note, and this actually always confused me. If you try to go up when the door's open, it does not work. And actually, that was something that made me go, why isn't it going up? Or maybe I should shut the door. Oh, in all reality. Whoa. Huh. It's a Myst book. Well, that's unexpected. We haven't found any pages yet, so I think this would be a bad time to go back to Myst. But at least we know where that is. Alright, well that was not what one would expect. One would expect that that would take you up to the next tree, the tree level. So let's look around and see what we've possibly missed. Oh yes, there was another elevator over here. So instead of taking that other elevator, yep, there's the nice hum of the motor. Let's take this one instead. Whee! There's something about these elevators that always sort of creep me out, like they could just fall at any moment. I mean, they're tied up by ropes. I mean, in real life, I would be really nervous to ride one of these, but, I mean, what choice do we have? We're already abandoned on an island somewhere. So, there's the view. I rather like this view. There's the elevator. We can go back if we like. And here's, sort of hut, but it's not really a hut. I mean, it is, but it doesn't have walls or anything. It's kind of like reminds me more of a gazebo than a hut. A gazebo suspended in air. But anyway, let's try to go left. Oh, this one looks like it's seen better days. Then I wouldn't really want to stay in one of these because I feel like, I mean, if it's raining, this would be a good place to hang out. But if there's any worse weather, it would be a bad place to be. Although, in a place like this, maybe they don't get snow or anything. Maybe it's always pretty decent weather besides, maybe occasional rain. This looks like either a bench or a picnic table or something. It looks like this was maybe a dining area or something. And that's something I can think. And it looks like it's been torn apart pretty bad. I mean, we're hoping to see some monkey people up here, but it looks like things are not in such great condition up here. Yeah, and there's some more pots. This might have been a place where somebody did live at some point. Wow, one could easily get lost in a place like this, including me, who has, a lever. Oh. Well, it looks like we can go down the spiral staircase we saw earlier, which is handy. But one could easily get lost in a place like this with so many things looking similar, me included. I often get lost in this place, no matter how many times I do it. I still get confused as to where I am exactly. But the whole point is you do want to get to the hut that has the lever, as we found, and I'm showing you again. That is the biggest point of this little area here. But one of the things that makes this tough to navigate is are the pre-rendered still photographs. It is really easy to lose your, kind of sense of where you are with all these pre-rendered graphics. And a lot of the huts look very similar. As you can see, I'm just kind of wandering around right now, and I mean, you can see some of them are torn up and some of them aren't, but not very good at finding my way in this general place here. One thing I would recommend if you are directionally challenged like I am is to draw a map, and I have several times. There is a map in the journal to go by. One thing also, if you're a little confused of where you are, is to try to look around and get the bearings. See the spiral staircase? Sometimes you can see that from various areas. This is cool looking. This looks like a dead end here. But I find looking at this sort of thing in like real Myst, because like I said, I haven't actually played real Myst, the one with the 3D. Oh, see, there's spiral staircase over there. Can we get a view of anything else from here? Not really. I felt like looking at this section was a little less confusing and disorienting. Look, and here we are where we started. So this is nice because once you know where you started, it's easier to navigate. But that is like kind of preliminary looking around, and we'll take it now. Instead of kind of clicking all over the place, I'm going to take it slow and actually try to make my way to those stairs over there. So we want to kind of head around and back that way. So let's go to the right first. And then let's go to the right again. And as you can see, you can see where the Myst, that's where the Myst book is, I believe. You can see that built thing. One thing to note is I do think the wood looks different on that sort of Myst linking area than it does in a lot of the other place, which makes a lot of sense because Atris probably built that, whereas the locals probably built these sort of huts. That's just a guess, though. Alright, so let's go to the right here. And let's go straight to the right. And there we are, to the stairs. I made that look easy, didn't I? Even though my sense of direction is not fantastical, when I put my mind to it and actually pay attention to where I'm clicking and where I want to go, I can find my way even without a map. I was not looking at a map there. Now we can open this door, and this is a shortcut. We don't need to navigate the large hut area anymore. We can just go straight up here. One thing you might not have noticed, or you may have noticed, is there is another elevator right here, which looks like it doesn't take us down because there's these planks right here. So let's try. Oh, well, we're used to hearing that sound, that clicky, it doesn't work sound. Alright, let's go down these stairs here. And that makes a lot of sense because the water is not running over here. And I wondered why this motor was here before, because you don't need a motor to go upstairs. But it looks like this motor runs to that elevator, and you can see the cable right there. So let's make the water run to that elevator. So it looks like, even though we couldn't tell before, that there is a third level to this age. Oh, one of the reasons why it's my favorite. I feel like it's one of the bigger feeling ages. Alright, let's try this. Up we go. Oh my goodness. Now, we didn't catch a glimpse of anything that was up here. Maybe we'll run into some people up here, which would be scary. And cool. But mostly scary. I wouldn't want to run into random people. Although, it sounds like the way the sort of monkey people operate, they worship people, so it might be good for us. It looks like we have two ways we can go. We have a way behind us, and we have a way ahead of us. Let's start going behind, sure. Oh, a bedroom. And that music. I've heard this music. I've heard it in the mechanical age, and I've heard it in the stone ship age. I had a moment of mental block right there. Oh, and you can see the windmill going outside the window. I love that. Oh, it's a pink page. Well, that means that this must have been Sirus's room, or a place that Sirus hung out, because that seems to be the trend where... Oh. Oh, this looks very important. Let's read this. Or actually more like vault access and of Myst. Aided in very plain view on Myst, and access can be easily if the simple allowed. First, locate switches on the island. These switches can go to the dock and earn the marker switch he off position. Well, this looks like it could have gone to something we saw, actually I believe it was in the Stone Chip Age. You can see the sides of this page here go like this, so that means there isn't anything here to the right as we speculated could be with the other page. The other page ended over here. So, if you are playing along, or why would you watch a Let's Play if you're playing along? Count it on me to write the page down. That's probably the smarter thing to do, unless you are playing this game yourself. I would definitely recommend writing these down and then finding these. And this is where a big spoiler is going to come up, so if you haven't for some reason played this game or plan on playing it, I wouldn't watch this part. But anyway, we can add this part to the previous part, which I will do now. Marker switch vault access. Island of Myst. The vault is located in very plain view on the Island of Myst, and access can be achieved very easily if the simple instructions are followed. First, locate each of the marker switches on the island. Turn every one of these switches to the off position. Then go to the dock, and as a final step, turn the marker switch there to the off position. So, that's very interesting. The vault. So we found information before about putting things to the off position, which you can see somewhat in this note as well. So those marker switches we've been turning on and off, turning on to use the tower rotation and be able to spot things on the island. It sounds like if we turn them off, we can access a vault. In fact, it sounds like the vault is at the dock of, and you have to turn that marker switch off as a final step. So that is something we can do when we go back to the island later, because, I mean, who knows what's in there? Maybe it'll give us some information we need. Whoa, a dagger. Well, that's pretty scary, and we've got a lot of wine here, which makes sense because we saw a lot of wine in that other bedroom. I like this wooden bed here. Wow, these chairs are knocked over. That's really odd. I mean, every other room we've seen has pretty much consisted of the Sirus rooms being really immaculate, kept up. It seems like Akinar is kind of the messy brother and the creepy brother, but the fact that these are broken kind of makes me think that there was some kind of struggle here. I don't know, something. And like I said before, you can see the windmill. Let's see if there's anything else. Oops. I don't know how well you've noticed, but even though the music is the same for these rooms always, I don't know what that is. Looks like it was food. But even though the music is pretty much the same in Sirus's rooms in all the ages, there are subtle differences. Like in this version, you can hear slight drums. Yeah, you can hear like a boom, 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 boom. And all of the music choices, although overwhelmingly the same, have these subtle differences based on the age you're on. You're in, I should say, not on. Alright, so we've been that way. Since we found Sirus's room, it makes sense that maybe Akinar's room wouldn't be far behind, but we've got two huts coming up here, which is really interesting. It looks like we can pass straight through here, but it looks like there's a door here. Well, that was extremely disturbing. Ugh. Then the music starts. Huh. Well, seems like a good place to leave off. Next time we play Myst, we're going to explore this room and maybe some Akinar room. Just the rest of the third level in general.